This week on Check Please South Florida, a tiny spot churns out Asian comfort food in Lake Worth Beach.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
We offer a toast to a unique date night destination in Delray Beach.
There's nothing else like that in South Florida that I know about.
And take a tour of South American cuisine in the heart of Fort Lauderdale.
It just made me really happy. It was like comfort food.
Cultural, culinary secrets, and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world. Additional funding for Check Please South Florida is provided by George and Helen Weaver and the Friends of South Florida PBS.
I was actually really surprised by how tasty it was.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it.
It was nothing like I've ever had before.
It feels like a taste of Florida.
It was the size of a bathtub.
Hello, I'm Michelle Bernstein, and welcome to Check Please South Florida, the show where regular people from all over South Florida recommend and review their favorite restaurants. So this is how the show works. Every week, we have 3 guests. Each recommends his or her favorite spot, and then the other 2 go to check them out and see what they think. This week, mortgage banker Kevin Pianfetti is lending us his advice for a fun night out in downtown Delray Beach. His vino-centric choice offers a wide array of dining options, from a long leisurely meal to a craft cocktail to a quick stop at their retail shop. No matter which you choose, he says the attentive service and the social buzz will ensure you a good time for all. And psychotherapist Denise Grant makes an assessment on this Broward hotspot near Las Olas. She says the Latin comfort food is therapeutic, as is the charming locale and smiling staff. And its location near a major theater venue makes it the perfect option for a pre-show treat. But first, Director of Content Distribution Amanda Kahn is always impressed by the creative vision and high-quality dishes getting churned out of her local spot for sushi. No matter what you're craving, she says their expansive menu of Asian specialties will have you covered. It's in Lake Worth, and it's called Oka Sushi and Thai Ramen.
My name is Pasakon Mupan. I'm the owner of Oka. Past 15 years, I like to, do my own business for the sushi and Thai and ramen. Some of the most popular dishes: blue ocean roll, ramen, and then lobster pad Thai. That's most popular here. Oka is on the Lake Avenue. I choose here because it's like people can walk and have some community here. Oka is Asian fusion.
What a treat, right? I mean, they have a little bit of everything for every palate.
And there's never been a bad thing coming out of that kitchen as far as I'm concerned.
And you fell in love with it kind of during pandemic, which you were ordering in a lot, right?
Yes, probably once a week. We'd
Wow.
treat ourselves,
Yeah.
Everything was a little uncertain, so that was like our comfort, was ordering Oka on Fridays or Saturdays. From the sushi, the Thai, the curry,
Wow.
the ramen, it's all been phenomenal
So
each
what
time.
did you have this last time?
I had the Penang curry with tofu as my main dish. We always get the seaweed salad,
Okay.
without fail.
So is the tofu fried tofu, or do they stew it?
You have the option.
Okay.
I chose fried.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Why not?
fried tofu is yummy.
It's amazing.
I know.
And it's
I
perfect
agree.
because it sits in the curry and it just soaks up all the flavor.
So the seaweed salad is a wakame salad, I'm
Yes.
guessing? It's bright green, it has sesame
Yes,
flavor,
little
yeah?
sesame seeds, a little bit of red pepper flakes in there. I mean, it's my favorite.
Kevin, did you sit inside or out?
I sat inside. The food was fantastic. I mean, I started out with a sashimi, and it was superb. Ahi tuna, the white fish type of one, and
Okay.
a salmon.
Oh, so it was 3 types of fish.
3 generous portion.
Wow.
My wife, because actually went with me, we had some deep fried seafood, vegetables, and shrimp. Superb.
Any kind of dipping sauce?
Yes.
Like a ponzu, probably,
Yes.
I would imagine.
But
Okay.
it was very, and they had sake in a bottle, which was very nice. They had wines. Excellent service. The food is really very good. You can't go wrong there with that food.
Denise, I think that you took quite a drive, right, up to get there. So what did you think, first of all, about the area?
It was super cute, little strip there, and parking right in front. We got there at 6:30 in the evening. It was just perfect. We walked in, and my neighbor's first thought was, we drove an hour further. Because it was, you know, she was expecting a lot more. And when you walked in, there was a whole row of takeout containers. And so that just, you know, was our first impression. We sat inside, but the food was amazing, absolutely amazing. Mike got the Oka roll, and the presentation of that was so pretty.
What is the Oka roll?
It was tempura shrimp. I'm looking at you like you know.
I noticed, but I had it too. It's one of my favorites.
So it's tempura shrimp?
Tempura shrimp, but
Okay.
it also has the creamy, warm conch spread on top, which is absolutely, that's one of my favorites. So yummy. We had the dumplings for an appetizer. They were so good. Seasoned very lightly, but just
Steamed or
delicious.
sauteed?
Steamed, steamed. We also had the pad thai. It was delicious.
Usually has peanuts, fish sauce,
Yeah.
all kinds of vegetables, scallions, a little bit of egg.
It was really good. The service, when we first got in, was a little slow, but the meal more than made up for it. Really great food and just so yummy. Really good.
How were the prices?
Very fair. Portion size was fine. And I have no problem with prices across the board. Wine, the sake, everything.
Excellent,
Same.
excellent price. Yeah, very, very good.
So I think you had another roll, didn't you?
Yes. We also had the
Blue Ocean?
Yes, which is so delicious. It
What is
has
that?
real crab meat, so not crab with a K.
Okay.
It's real blue crab, avocado, cucumber, and then on top is torch salmon. It's got a nice smoky flavor.
And then you also, you had a lot of food.
Yeah,
You
we eat
also
a
had
lot.
dessert that night, right?
Well, they have a little selection of mochis.
Okay.
And it's usually a different flavor each time you go, depending on, you know, what they have in stock. And this time we got, of course, two. We got mango and strawberry. So the way they serve it, though, it's perfect for sharing. They cut it into quarters, put a little dollop of whipped cream in the middle, and then
Amanda, Oka Sushi
Yes.
and Thai Ramen was your choice. Please sum it up for me.
Oka is just this little flower of downtown Lake Worth where you walk in, you might get the impression that's a little hole in the wall. It kind of is, but it's just full of just magic inside.
I like that. Kevin?
I think it's just an experience to have that kind of food. The selection is unreal.
Denise, sum it up for us.
It was a wonderful little surprise. Just absolutely delicious. Love the food. The people watching was fabulous, and the area in Lake Worth is just precious.
You could roll down onto Oka Sushi and Thai Ramen, located at 817 Lake Avenue in Lake Worth Beach. Open nightly for dinner and for lunch Tuesday through Saturday. Reservations are not accepted. The average price for dinner without drinks is about $25. Now mortgage banker Kevin Pianfetti has pre-approved your visit to a spot that feels like you're dining in a European wine cellar. It's an interactive experience offering over 200 wines on tap alongside artisanal cheeses and charcuterie, but he says the classic entrees are definitely worth a taste. It's in Delray Beach and it's called Wine Room Kitchen and Bar.
My name is Anna Malatesta, and I'm the general manager of the Wine Room Kitchen and Bar in Delray Beach.
My name is Blake Malatesta, and I'm the executive chef here.
The idea of this concept started with our owner that has been successful with it for the last 15 years in Orlando in Winter Park. And it was so successful that he decided to open another one in the heart of Delray Beach.
I think with other restaurants, it's a dining experience. Here, the food really kind of highlights the world of wine in this establishment.
There are so many different restaurants on the avenue, but none of them can compare to what we have over here. What the wine room is actually a world of wine, cheese, great food, and hospitality brought together under one roof.
You have to, Kevin, describe walking into this place for me, please.
Atlantic Avenue, we call it the Champs-Élysées of Delray. The Arch of Triumph is not on the end, but we have the ocean. Okay, so you walk onto a barrel, a big wine barrel. You have over 200 wines on tap there. We just put a credit card in, take a sip, whatever you want, from low end to high end.
Oh, you buy a card.
From there.
And from there, you can taste any wine.
Any wine. Oh, yeah, it's unreal. And they give you clean glasses.
What a huge
every drink
tap
is a
that
clean
must
glass.
be.
I'm sorry?
It must be an enormous tap.
Oh, it's unreal, all the bottles. The cheese shop there is domestic as well as imported. Fine cheeses, which you can have as an appetizer or as a snack. What we had, my wife had this chicken salad, which was superb. Lots of greens and sliced chicken. It was very elegantly done. My wife had a pasta dish there. That was very good.
I think it was mushroom.
Thank you, yes, it was mushroom pasta, yes. And I had a double pork chop, which was
a
superb.
double pork chop? Wow.
Superb,
How was that cooked? Was it grilled?
Yes, and it was delightful. Just delightful. Okay. So the ambience there. There's nothing else like that in South Florida that I know about.
You had the cheese platter, right?
Oh, it was wonderful. Yeah.
Did you? Good.
Yeah. We had the Viva Italia platter. It was just delicious. We were very, very, very pleased with it.
Amanda, you went for date night?
Yes.
And how'd you do?
We were very, very excited about the menu. We checked it out before we left the house. We didn't have the best service.
Okay.
We were forgotten about frequently.
That's a shame.
I know. And we could tell that our server knew that she was really busy inside. So that was a little disappointing.
You did love your starter.
I did love the starter. We got the charred octopus fra diavolo,
That
which
sounds gorgeous.
was, oh my God.
I think Kevin likes that a lot too.
It was
superb.
So good. The outside was perfectly crispy. The inside was nice and tender. It's just a really, really yummy flavor.
Did you have wines?
We
by
did.
The glass? Did you go to?
No, we sat outside. So when we ordered,
Did you know about the wines?
No.
On tap?
So we saw a sign outside after we had sat and ordered that said 200 wines by the glass.
Are there wines on the menu?
Yeah, there were like 3 whites and 3 reds.
Yeah, that's a very short menu of wines. Because I looked at it as well, and I'm like, I was surprised because you would not know if you looked at that menu what was inside.
Right.
Yes.
So we sat outside, and we hadn't gone in to check out the inside yet.
So how did you know that
time.
they had this wine by the glass program?
We sat inside, and our waiter, who was great, Saxon, he explained everything twice because we were like just overwhelmed with it. It was incredible.
So when we asked about it, she told us, and we're like, oh.
And what else did you have?
I actually ordered the mushroom pasta as well. And the pasta, like the texture was really delicious. I thought that like just, a little pinch of salt would have just been perfect. The experience was nice. And we would definitely go back to try it again, maybe try something different. Maybe it was an off night.
There's also a lack of people right now in our business.
Right, so I don't hold it against them at all. Like, I get it.
So what else did you guys have?
I'm from New Orleans originally, so my dining out experiences come from there, which is just, it's an event. I mean, you go out to eat.
Sure.
And this was very close to that for me. I mean, everything was paced as I prefer it, very slow. He was great explaining everything to it because it really is a different setting when you walk in and you see just the vast array of wines that you can choose from.
Do you have to pour a full glass or can you do a tasting?
There are 3 different levels.
Okay.
The sip, half a glass, and then a full glass.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
What is your wine of choice when you go, or do you always change it up?
There's a Sincere wine there from France.
Sancerre, yeah.
It is superb.
But Sancerre with cheese? Oh, it's already so buttery,
Yes.
and then you add some cheese into the mix, and it's just so delicious.
I only take a sip so I can taste more.
I will go back just for that experience a little more prepared for it because it really was a treat. We had the Viva Italia cheese and charcuterie. I had the coq au vin, which was wonderful, prepared in a wonderful burgundy sauce. And then we had the best dessert I've had in I don't know how long. They had beignets, and there were these round, fried, yummy, cinnamon, sugar, delicious balls of, I don't know, they were just so good, but they were huge. And we got 6 of them, and we're like 2 tiny little people. We just stared at this plate. And
did you see them did you have them?
We got them.
Oh, you had them.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you like them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they come with 3 sauces of passion fruit, which was delicious. It was a salted caramel sauce, and my favorite was the chocolate ganache with pepper.
It was a little spicy.
With spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just to die for. And we took them home because I had them later.
Ours did not make it out of the restaurant.
All right, well, Kevin, Wine Room Kitchen and Bar was your choice. Please sum it up for us.
Like no other place in South Florida. Between the quality and extent of the wine, the cheese, and the food, big winner.
Perfect. Amanda?
You know, everybody has an off night every now and then, so I'm not going to hold it against them, and I can't wait to try it again.
Denise?
It was wonderful. I definitely will be going back with a plan.
You can have a barrel of fun at Wine Room Kitchen and Bar, located at 411 East Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. Open daily for lunch and dinner, and for brunch on Sundays. Reservations are accepted. The average price for dinner without drinks is about $60. Have you ever been in a restaurant and they serve you this gorgeous meat and cheese platter and you think, can I do that at home? I would love to serve this to either myself, my family, my guests. So let's start with the meat, shall we? I like to do a nice combination. This here is a really good jamon serrano, some of my favorite. It's actually fed some acorns and chestnuts. I also have some really nice Spanish chorizo here that comes already sliced. So let's go ahead and arrange those nicely. And then finally, I've got some mortadella that I think I bought it because my son loves it so much, which you can really get at your local supermarket's deli. Just have them cut it really nice and thin. So that's it for the meat side of things. Let's jump into the cheese part. I've got here a nice creamy cheese, a blue cheese, and a harder cheese. Our creamy cheese is a brie, which I do not like to slice too small because it gets to be room temperature and it gets to be really runny, which is really a good thing. So I'll put a couple of pieces of that. We've got some beautiful manchego. This is from Spain. And then I am a blue cheese lover, and you can go to European, to a simple Maytag American blue cheese. Now this is fun. This is called a date almond cake. They also make them out of figs, but it's a compressed cake and it's so delicious. But you really want to cut it pretty thin, and each slice goes beautifully with either your cheese or your meats. And then moving on, we've got a little bit of fig marmalade that can go next to everything. And then you need a little bit of fruitiness to cut through the fat. And so these are some dried cherries that we picked up, dried apricots, and then we've got candied walnuts that are just so yummy. As a matter of fact, Amanda, my assistant, made them. It's so good. And then pick your favorite bread. You can either put them on your plate or on the side. I always keep some gluten-free crackers around, but these happen to be just delicious, crunchy crackers. So it's really up to you. You can have some fun with it, but look how beautiful this is, and it's so entertaining, and it doesn't cost as much as it looks, and it's delicious. So make a cheese and meat platter and enjoy. Finally, psychotherapist Denise Grant advises you to treat yourself to her choice for elevated Latin fusion cuisine in a casual spot that feels like home. She says the large portions of food are plated beautifully and they're served up by a staff who truly cares about their customers. It's in Fort Lauderdale and it's called the Chimney House.
My name is Frank Rodriguez and I am the owner and founder of Chimney House Restaurant. My wife and I were both from Colombia, South America, and we wanted to showcase some of the best dishes of South America in a neighborhood restaurant and that's how Chimney House came about. One of the main aspects about our restaurant, location-wise, is it's housed in a historic home. The home itself is from the 1920s. We remodeled it for use as a restaurant, a neighborhood restaurant, and that's the core basis of our location. We have regulars who come in 2-3 times a week. We have people who come in twice during the day. So I think our staff, who are all amazing, they know people by their names and other kids' names, and I think that's what we're most proud of, I think being part of the community overall. The Chimney House restaurant is a vibrant neighborhood restaurant in downtown Fort Lauderdale. We strive to make everyone a regular.
It truly is a house. You'd never know by the name what you're going to have, and it's been there for quite a while. So.
Absolutely. To me, it's like going to my neighbors for dinner in their backyard. The setting is just so quiet, although it's right next to the beginnings of downtown Fort Lauderdale. It's located in one of the oldest neighborhoods in Fort Lauderdale. Parking is great right across the street. There's a big parking lot. The menu is just wonderful. It offers a wide variety of Latin foods, which is really wonderful because when a lot of times when people think about going to a Latin restaurant here in South Florida, they think it's all about Cuban food, but Chimney House is not.
Yeah. So what did you have this last time you went?
Well, my favorite is lechon asado. The onions are caramelized so sweetly, and the pork has just a tiny hint of crispiness to it. So it's just wonderful. We had the empanadas, which I had actually never had for an appetizer.
Which filling?
We had the chicken and the beef. Absolutely delicious.
Amanda, you had a little bit of a schlep. You drove down from Palm Beach to eat here. What did you think? Was it worth it?
It was such a treat. I was so happy when we finished our meal. It was like exactly what I needed after a long day at work. So we started with the fried calamari, and it comes with 2 sauces. I think it was a marinara with a little bit of roasted red pepper. Another one was just red onions and lime juice with hot peppers. Next, I had I hope I don't butcher this, the arroz marinero.
You said it perfectly.
There we go.
Arroz marinero. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank
seafood
you.
with rice.
Yellow rice with calamari, red and green peppers, scallops, shrimp, clams, and mussels.
Wow.
And it had chorizo in there, which I don't eat, but I knew that like my husband would eat it. So I kind of just scooted it to the side of my plate and it magically disappeared.
It does add flavor to the rice. Even if you don't eat it, it definitely gives a beautiful flavor.
Right. It just made me really happy. It was like comfort food.
Isn't it nice though when you hear someone say that a food experience just makes them feel so good?
It's a therapeutic dinner.
It was therapeutic. It was exactly.
Look who it comes from, though. The psychotherapist is telling us this. Kevin.
Yes. This is a sexy restaurant. It's multi-level on the tables. They got a beautiful chimney when you first walk in there. I started with the ahi ceviche, which I've never had. Just superb. We had a pitcher of sangria, red sangria, and they diced all the fruit to small pieces.
You could actually eat it as you drink.
It was all diced beautifully. Then I had the octopus.
Grilled octopus.
I had grilled octopus, but on a bed of greens with the sauce on it. It was superb. And then we had
pollo saltado.
Yes, that was superb. It was very, very good. And then we had the dessert, the leche, the cake.
Tres leches.
Tres leches?
Tres leches.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. You've had it?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Then you agree with me?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Denise, there's a cocktail that you always get there.
Mojito. Very traditional mojito, yeah, which was perfect.
And you had another dessert as well as the tres leches.
Yeah, we had 2 desserts.
Okay.
Because, I mean,
we like you all the better for it. Yeah. So what did you have?
So we had the tres leches, because our server, by the way, who was just absolutely phenomenal, we asked him a million questions. We wanted his opinion on everything, and he came through for us. So he recommended the tres leches, and I really love rice pudding, so we got that as well. It was so good.
Did you take any home?
No, it was gone in 3 minutes. There was no taking it home.
That's great. Well, Denise, the Chimney House was your choice. Sum it up for us.
It's a great neighborhood restaurant to go to have a wonderful evening and a variety of Latin food, so you've got a choice each time you go.
Amanda?
Well worth the drive. The food was delicious. The atmosphere was great, and I can't wait to go back.
Kevin?
I will definitely go back. It's a fine restaurant. It's a lot of fun.
You can chow down at the Chimney House, located at 701 West Los Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. Open for lunch and dinner every day but Monday, and for brunch on Sundays. Reservations are accepted. The average price for dinner without drinks is about $45. We've had such a wonderful time. I want to thank my guests, Amanda Kahn, Kevin Pianfetti, and Denise Grant. For more about the restaurants and recipes featured in the show, or if you'd like to apply to be a guest reviewer, visit us at checkpleasefl.com. And as always, find us on Facebook and on Instagram. Join us next time for 3 new guests recommending 3 of their favorite restaurants right here on Check Please South Florida. I am Michelle Bernstein. Salut, everybody. And I will see you then. Thank you all. Thanks. Salut. Thank you. Cheers.
Cultural culinary secrets and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world.